Hello everyone, and welcome to your practice today. I'm here in California and I'm at my family's home, and I wanted to teach you a Yoga Nidra practice today, which is a guided meditation. And to get ready for your Yoga Nidra practice today, just find a comfortable position on the ground where you could be completely relaxed. So you want to create a supported position, maybe a pillow behind your head, maybe a bolster under your knees, blankets if you're cold. Just provide yourself the opportunity to be completely relaxed. And in the Yoga Nidra practice, you're guided through the layers of awareness to take you from the awareness of the world around you, inside yourself to the center. So all the way from far away to the external world, and then slowly we're going to come all the way into our center. And as we do this, we're going to be relaxing our body and taking ourselves into a state that's in between sleeping and waking. So just begin. You can pause the video until you get ready and then play it again when you are ready to relax and begin your practice. So begin by allowing your body to be completely relaxed on the earth. Notice if there's any parts of your body that are feeling a bit stressed or tense, and just take your awareness to that place and intentionally relax it. And then afterwards, begin to deepen your breath. You can imagine as though as you breathe, every breath allows you to deepen your sense of surrendering into the earth beneath you. And as you relax here, we're going to be theming our practice today on the topic of self-acceptance. As in the world of yoga and spirituality, there can be a really big focus on self-love and loving yourself. But I was inspired by a spiritual teacher named Jeff Foster that it can sometimes create a bit of resistance inside of ourselves to expect ourselves to be in this state of love and light and self-love all the time. Because often we're forced to come face to face with the parts of ourselves that we don't love. And this is where our biggest transformation can be found, is by, instead of running away from these parts, by rejecting these parts, we're actually turning towards them and even loving and accepting the parts of ourselves that are struggling to love ourselves. That can be a bit difficult to grasp. It's what I'm working with right now in a very deep way. So just as you begin your practice today, as you lay here and allow your body to relax, noticing the sounds that are the furthest away from you. So see if you can scan your ears to the farthest distance away and just notice all the sounds you can hear the farthest away from you. See if you can identify a couple of sounds without naming them or latching onto them, just noticing them and becoming aware of them individually. So what we're trying to do here is to create a state of self-acceptance. Just in the way here, you're accepting every sound as part of your experience. Maybe you can hear some sounds in the room you're in, or you can hear sounds outside of the room you're in. In that same way, we're trying to cultivate a sense of self-acceptance for even the feelings of insecurity or frustration or even rejection of ourselves. And accepting those as part of humanity, part of being human. Seeing if you can notice those tight spaces, that tension of grasping onto a feeling of wishing you weren't feeling a certain way. And seeing if you can just let that feeling, notice the feeling in your body when anything comes up that maybe you aren't enjoying, that you wish wasn't there. And can you turn towards it with a sense of self-compassion? The first of the yamas and niyamas is ahimsa, or nonviolence. And I've found at the core of the yoga practice, what we're trying to do is be able to witness ourselves from a compassionate place, as though we were a bird flying over our existence. We're not inside of it, we're not rejecting it. We're actually seeing all of what we are and holding it with compassion. Even the parts where we're being very human, we're really struggling with our experience. We're struggling to love ourselves. It's a bit of a paradox to love the parts of ourselves that are struggling to love ourselves. But I really liked it. I really resonated with it and needed it at this time in my life. So just noticing all those sounds, come back to that awareness of the sounds you can hear far, far away from you and then closer to you. Notice the sounds of your own breathing, the sounds that are the closest to your body here, wherever you're laying right now. Notice the sound of your breath and just deepen your breath a little bit. Begin to lengthen the breath to a long inhale and a long exhale. And we're now going to be planting a sankalpa or intention for our practice today. So I'm going to share it with you now. Just keep your body relaxed and you can recite it again in your mind to yourself. I accept everything I'm feeling right now with compassion. I accept everything that I'm feeling right now with compassion. You can repeat that in your mind just 2 more times. Now bring your awareness to the crown of your head, the very top of your head. Now bring your awareness to your right ear, your right shoulder, your right elbow, your right wrist, your right thumb, your right first finger, second finger, third finger, pinky finger. Take your awareness back to the crown of your head. Notice a sense of warmth and relaxation coming over the top of your head. And now take your awareness to your left ear, left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist, left thumb, left first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger. Notice both arms heavy on the earth. Bring the awareness to the back of your head where it's resting on the earth. The back of your neck, the right shoulder blade, the left shoulder blade, the whole spine, the hips, tailbone, right glute, left glute, right thigh, left thigh, right ankle, left ankle, right foot, left foot. right big toe, left big toe, right heel, left heel. Notice both legs heavy on the earth. Notice your hips resting heavily, fully relaxed into the ground. Notice both shoulders deeply soft, grounded. There's no tension. There's a sense of softness and heaviness. Notice the soles of your feet. Beginning on the inhale, imagine the breath is flowing through the soles of your feet, up through the legs, to the top of your head on the inhale. And as you exhale, the breath flows down and out of the soles of your feet. As you breathe in, the breath flows into the soles of your feet, up to the crown of your head. And as you exhale, allow the breath to flow down and out of the soles of your feet. And continue this breath, beginning to slow the breath down a little bit, intentionally relaxing the breath. Notice as you breathe in through the soles of your feet and up to the crown of your head and back down again, that the breath continues to soften. Instead of continuing to deepen it, notice if you can soften it, allow it to simply be gentle. There's no force at all. The sense of allowing, the sense of letting it be gentle, letting it be as it is. You can now let go of the breath and allow it to flow naturally in and out. We're now going to come through a guided visualization, beginning to imagine yourself in a forest. You can imagine the trees above you, the beams of light shining through the leaves of the branches, creating these translucent, glowing green colors of all shades. You look down at your feet and you see your feet on the path. Notice what types of colors and textures you see on the earth. And as you begin walking forward, just notice what you see on the sides of the path as you gaze up, breathing in this deep forest air, noticing the softness and the springiness of the earth beneath you. Notice a creek flowing alongside the path as you continue forward. This gentle flowing, both random and wild, but also soft and gentle. You come through a clearing and you feel the sun on your face as you step through the trees. And you look up and feel the warmth of the heat of the day across your face. Notice the feeling of the sun on your skin. Notice the contrast of the cool air in the forest to the heat of the summer sun. And you keep walking forward and you notice that the creek is joining in to a big body of water. And you crouch down and you examine this spot where the creek joins in to this big body of water. You look over at the big body of water and you notice the ripples on the surface, the vast, gentle, calm presence of this body of water. You turn and you look where the creek is joining in to it, the wild, rugged flow through the rocks as it enters into the vastness here, this big pool. Notice your breath here as you examine this beautiful view. Imagine you're just sitting gently here and enjoying the nature. Maybe notice any specific details of the scene that you've created here in your mind. And it's now time to gently come back to your awareness of the sounds you can hear. You're leaving the scene and you're coming back to where you are right now in this moment, noticing those same sounds, the ones that are furthest away from you. And then gently taking your awareness just a little bit closer to your body. Closer and closer until you can hear the sounds of your breath. Now bring your awareness to the sounds closest to you in the room around you. You can imagine yourself laying here, wherever you are. Imagine the floor beneath you. If there are walls around you, imagining those walls, the ceiling above you. And imagine yourself from a bird's eye view, laying here on the earth. And now notice the sensation of your body resting here on the ground. Beginning to take big breaths, a deep breath in and a long breath out. It's time to return to our sankalpa here. So just letting the words wash over you. I accept everything that I'm feeling with compassion. I accept everything that I'm feeling with compassion. Noticing the feelings of those words as they come through you. This awareness that self-acceptance does not mean we have to always be perfect at loving ourselves all the time in this perfect love and light spiritual way. But it's often a lot more messy than that. Often there are rough bits and parts that are hard for us to look at. But the spiritual practice of ahimsa, or nonviolence, compassion, awareness, invites us to turn towards ourselves, even in our painful moments, with enough space to hold all of our parts, even the parts that we're struggling to love. Just becoming aware and creating space and allowing all of our feelings to be felt. You can begin to move your fingers and your toes. Give yourself a full body stretch by reaching the hands over the head and pointing the toes away from you. And when you're ready, you can roll over to one side. Then gently push your way up into a comfortable seat only when you're ready. So just take your time to gently come back into your body, taking a few breaths. And meet me here in a comfortable seat. And when you find your seat, you can just take your hands to a prayer at center if you'd like. And just coming back to this theme, this teaching of ahimsa, inviting yourself to turn towards yourself in moments of frustration and pain, giving your feelings the privilege and respect to be felt, even when it's a little difficult or a lot difficult, really difficult. Acknowledging that the only way out of any feeling is through it, and your feelings just desperately want to be felt. And true spirituality, true self-love is found when we are courageous enough to turn towards our pain and find self-acceptance, even when we struggle to find self-love. Om Shanti and peace. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.